Tuesday to you. Coffee cheers, literally. I'm getting ready to get myself ready for the day, but I was catching some news in this morning and just looking at my YouTube feeds, and I caught the new show that Tia Mowry has on We TV. And I looked at the preview first, it was kind of cringe. Then I looked at the show itself, it was even more cringe. I think Tia Mowry has really transitioned herself into a very cringe actress, if that makes any sense. And sorry, my eyes are wailing this morning. It's fall in Michigan and things are dying, so obviously I'm dealing with the after effects of those things. But, I'm looking at Tia Mowry, and she has this new show, and she's doing her press runs about her new show. Good morning, Valerie. I hope that you are having a wonderful day, sending positive and peaceful vibes your way. What's up? You know what? White sister, black sister, Asian sister, if you are a good person, you are my sister. All right. We don't like the wicked folks over here. Right. But, I'm talking about Tia Mowry. Now, everybody, we're all outside looking in her situation, right? But even outside looking in a situation, you can kind of gauge whether, a situation is what it is or if there's something else there. So, a lot of people have been following Tia Mowry's transition from divorcing Corey Hardrict. And, I think a lot of people were kind of perplexed as to why she left that man. I couldn't understand it, and when you look at her premise and how she is talking about it, it wasn't that he was not a good man. She said he was a good father, he never cheated on her, right? She pretty much owns the fact that she left a good man, right? So that she could go out and search for what she thought was a better man, right? Right? And now we're seeing kind of the life after that when we're kind of in this phase with her where she's searching for a better man. And she's having a hard time, obviously, right? But what I would like to know, is why would Tia Mowry think that there is a better man out there outside of her kid's father? Like, why would you think that you have better options than that? And she's making the argument that I'm on this road to self discovery because I was born a twin. She said, I was born a twin, and then I never had a chance to really date somebody. I guess she dated Corey. He was her first and everything. And that's pretty much been her life. And, I guess I'm trying to figure out why that isn't enough. Like in today's modern dating scene, why would you leave something good to go out exploring in this pool of craziness? And I see this a lot, like in my profession. Don't let my crappiness fool you right now. I'll be looking suit fitted so that I can look like the financial advisor that I am. But I see this a lot, okay? I see it a lot because I talk to both couples, as we're helping them life plan. And the one thing I notice is usually the issue in the relationship is always the wife wanting a higher standard of life that the economy calls for. They are on Instagram, they are on all these social platforms looking at these. This is what their husbands are telling me. They're looking at these women on Instagram. They're looking at these women on social media and how they're living, and they're comparing apples to oranges to these women, thinking that these artificial lifestyles that these women are propping on the internet is what it is, right? So when you see this 40-plus-year-old woman talking about, I don't have any obligations, it's just me, it's me and my cats, and I'm running around partying. For some reason, some women think that's kind of the freedom that I want to have, with zero obligations. And they don't think about the cost. Because usually, when you're trying to go off in your world of self discovery, leaving your family, breaking up your family, there are consequences to that. So, excuse me, I want you guys to notice the first episode of Tia Mowry's show. The first thing you're going to realize is that her son does not want to be a part of that show. The show features the little girl, but the show does not feature the son. And I gotta believe that Tia Mowry's son does not want to be a part of that, where his mother is out there shaming herself, because that's essentially what Tia Mowry is doing. She looks very shameful. And not only does she look shameful, she's trying to garner this emotional appeal from the public so that we can make her feel better about the fact that she wrecked her whole family. And not only did you wreck your family, right? You left a good man, right? You left a good man. You admitted that this man was a good father. He never cheated on you, right? What was the dynamic between two of you? Both of you were actors, right? So I'm sure there was some competition there. I'm pretty sure, because Tia Mowry looks like she elevates herself above everybody around her. You look at the relationship she has with her own sister, and that will tell you the story about what kind of relationship that she's going to have with anybody else in her life. She demonstrates that she has competed with her sister. So now you got this husband who's an actor too. I can imagine when Tia got, like, because Tia wanted Tamara to be jealous of her because she was getting roles, right? So imagine being in that household as Corey and Tia, y'all both actors, right? She gets a role, you struggling to get one. I bet you this chick was keeping him on a lower frequency about that. Like, some of that toxicity that I believe they've had in their relationship was all on Tia. I believe that this woman is a glory whore, and anybody around her is going to have to just deal with her broken valor and glory, right? Because she's in the decline of her career, and now you see a woman scraping to maintain a career that's on the decline. Meanwhile, Tamara is living her best life with her family, talking about being a housewife. She ain't got no worries. She's balancing career and family, and she knows where her priorities are. Tia is all about herself and her failing career. So look at that show. I think it's very interesting. The son doesn't want to be a part of it. The son does not want to be a part of this show at all. And it'd be interesting for her to be honest about how her son feels about how all of that stuff transpired between his mom and his dad, because his dad's not saying anything. Tia, post divorce, has been singing and crying like a canary, trying to garner sympathy, right? Trying to make herself look better for what she did. She broke up her family because she wanted to be selfish. And the end game for Tia is going to be the same. Like Kevin Samuels said, it's going to be you and your dildo. You're going to be alone. You are going to be alone. And any dude that's checking for Tia Mowry, they're probably going to be just looking for her money. They're not really going to be checking for her because she's already demonstrated what type of person she is. So I wanted to play this, and shout out to Tasha K. But she said something interesting. She said she had been in correspondence with Tia Mowry's husband. And I give Corey respect, because Corey is like, I'm private. This is about my family. I'm not going to be out here in these streets talking about my family. Tia has taken on a whole show to talk about how she's transitioning after divorce, but she's kind of narrating the fact that the divorce with her husband made her miserable. Now she's looking even more miserable and cringe with her broken family.
That was. I appreciate you, Tasha.
This is Corey
I'm
talking to
just
Tasha.
private and I've always been. People love negativity and to make up shit on these blogs, and I'm a real one, says Corey to me. Haven't had one smear on my name.
Because Tasha was begging Corey to come out and say some stuff about Tia. But again, Corey's a real man. He's a real man, right? He obviously has self-control. He obviously has scruples, because as opposed to him doing this tit for tat thing, you saying some stuff, so now I'm gonna say some stuff and just keep the bloggers and the public all tuned in on their private stuff. Corey is like, you do that, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna let you go to town.
Been working 25 years consistently. God is preparing me for something major. That's all I know. I will forever protect Tia and my babies. I'll get through it in Jesus' name. No weapon shall be formed against me. What did he say?
So basically, Corey feels like Tia is weaponizing their divorce in a sort of slick shaming way on him. And I don't think anybody's really buying it. I really don't feel like people are buying it. And sometimes silence is gold. Let the other person run their mouth looking silly as hell. Corey is smart. Let her look like the weirdo that she's looking like right now, because this show, I'm not even going to watch this full show. I just wanted to see what the first episode was about to get the premise, right? I don't want to see a woman who created her own failure now dealing with the failures after the failures. This is my journey after, a very bogus decision. I broke up my family. Now I'm crying about I've always wanted a house with a mom and dad. I'm crying about the fact that now I have to drop off my kids over to their dad's house because I made the executive decision to break up our home. Like, this is ridiculous to me. What is wrong with some of you women? Like, what is wrong with some of you women? Right? The grass is not greener on the other side. It's not. It's not. You can talk to any lawyer and financial advisor, and they will tell you it's not greener on the other side. It's actually greener for the men. It's actually greener for a lot of these men because they're able to kind of recoup other relationships. If women recoup other relationships, 9 times out of 10, they're going to recoup a dude that is basically leeching off of their money. That's basically what they are. Or they're going to find a dude that makes it very clear there will be no asset sharing. You will be taking care of yourself, right? These men have gotten smarter now, ladies. So a lot of them are running around scorned because of how some other woman has done. So it's not like, you're going to jump out of one relationship and just get into another relationship like that. It doesn't work like that. Even if you are a Tia Mowry, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. And what Tia has done is publicly shamed herself. So any man that would be remotely interested in even dating Tia, they're going to look at how she did Corey. They're going to look at how she did her own husband for that many years, and they had kids. And it's like, you're not even loyal to your family, honey. You are all about yourself, all about your glory, putting yourself out there. I saw the little scene where she's on the stripper stuff, right? You got a son, right? So you on national TV, right? This is why your son doesn't want to be a part of your show, probably, right? Because he doesn't want to see his mom in the club, right, with male strippers over him, right? And he's loyal to his dad. Like, people don't think about the psychology of the people around, especially the kids, right? Because the decision don't just become about you. Everything that you do impacts them. So imagine being Tia Mowry's son and you're looking at this little new show of his mom who have left his dad, right? And she's talking about she's trying to live her best life and she got strippers and shit all over her. Like, she's just disgraceful to me. She's very disgraceful. Let me know what you guys think. Corey Holcomb has a great little review of this too. He's talking about vintage. It says Corey Holcomb and Dion Cole drop bombs on, quote, vintage women like Tia Mowry disrespecting her ex-husband. So the disrespect is obvious. People see it. People see it. This is not just something that I'm saying as a woman. I'm saying that men and women are seeing this woman blatantly disrespecting this man in so many different colorful ways. And Corey ain't saying shit. He's literally like, I'm going to leave it to God. I'm going to leave her to God. I'm going to protect her to the degree that she is my kid's mother, right? But I'm leaving that demon that is my ex-wife to God. And good for him. Good for him. You know, and I feel bad for the son. Again, because if he was just Team Tia like that, he would want to be featured on that show. Her son doesn't want to have any part of that show. She even said it in the very first episode to set her audience up. He's a little weird about being on camera. No, he don't want to be a part of you disrespecting his dad on the show. Trying to act like a victim in a scenario that you yourself created because of your selfishness. And again, I can imagine what Corey went through being with Tia Mowry, because I see what her sister went through dealing with her ass. If y'all don't realize, I think, what was it? E had a show featuring Tia and Tamara a couple of years ago, right? You get to see clearly the dynamic of that relationship where Tamara has been as loyal of a sister as she possibly could to Tia. And to me, Tia has demonstrated that she has wanted her sister to feel jealous, envious of her. And it's crazy. I did a blog about this where Tia was asking her, are you a little jealous? And, Tamara's like, why? Like, you want me to be jealous of you? Like, and so I just say this to say, ladies, if you have a good man, like, in this day and age, you have less to lose just staying the course on so many different levels, because there's nothing out there. Once you divorce your good man, I ain't talking about these ladies who are divorcing these assholes. I'm talking about the ones who are divorcing the good men because their girlfriends have convinced them that, the block is better. Mind you, most of their girlfriends are probably going to be single women who no man has even decided to marry ever, right? And they're going to be telling you that the grass is greener on the other side of your marriage. And you're going to be the one finding out the hard way. It's not. It's not. You are nothing more than a chop and a screw at that point for these dudes out here on the block. I promise you. So you might as well become celibate. If you don't want to be a chop and a screw after you leave your good man, become celibate, right? Because all you're going to be is a chop and a screw. That's what you're going to be for the most part. Most guys are not going to marry you. They're not. Tia Mowry, we can follow this adventure for the next 5 years. And if she gets married, she's going to marry a bum. All right? She's going to marry a bum. She's going to be desperate. It's going to be a desperate move. I don't want to be alone. So now it's going to be a desperate move. And then we're going to be chronicling her misery with that motherfucker. Sorry. Anyways, you guys. Well, let me get off, right? I don't have enough coffee, so my inner Samuel L. Jackson sometimes can come out when I get passionate about stuff. But I'm just saying, if you got a good mate, there's a reason why the Bible tells us for better or for worse, right? Stick it out. Because you see, the world has not gotten better. The inclinations of people in this world has not gotten better. So anybody who is at least fixed in something that is decent, manageable, at least you are working with the devil that you know. There's no need to go back out here in these pool of devils, right? Because you're going to end up looking like Tia Mowry, right? She looks sad to me. This looks weird. She looks sad and weird and cringe. Shout out to Tamara Mowry, happy as hell in her relationship, momming it up, and still having that divine balance of her career. Still a divine balance of a career, right? So this conversation is not for the ladies who left or divorced horrible men, right? This is for the Tia Mowrys of the world, right? Because Corey Hardrict, to me, you look at the character of that man, his presentation, and maybe he has some internal stuff that we don't know about. But for the most part, we can kind of gauge by how he's been responding to the post divorce press that this man has some level of self control. Because he's not on a block talking about how miserable Tia made him, like she's talking about how miserable she was in their marriage. So, you guys have a wonderful day. I would say check out her new show. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Is this just a new beginning and we should, she's a grown woman. She can do whatever she want to do, right? But we as the public, her being a public figure, we can look at, because she's throwing this shit to us. So we have a right to comment about it. And this shit looks weird to me. This looks like a frazzled woman who has really got a reality check after she then took some bad advice from some other frazzled women, and now she's picking up the pieces. And in order for her to pick up the pieces the right way, she has to victimize herself. And that's what Tia's really doing. She's narrating herself as a victim, right? So she can garner sympathy from the public so that we would want to be enticed to follow her next journey, trying to find another man to replace her husband. No, thank you. I'm not interested. But you guys, let me know what you think of this. And you have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I will catch you on the next one. It will probably be, just expect my evening live streams around 7 or 7:30. And yeah, we can chop it up about what's going on in the world today. The world is crazy, right? I can't wait for this election cycle to be over so that some of this fervor that we've been dealing with can just at least go dead and silent, hopefully, right? I'm tired of this witching of America, right? These cycles are witchings. So you guys keep your prayers up. If you are a believer, love your neighbor as yourself. If you would not abuse yourself or disrespect yourself, don't abuse or disrespect your neighbor. And remember, your closest neighbor are the people in your household, right? So if you are disrespecting and mistreating the people in your household, there's no way you can be out in these streets treating other people better than your family, right? Tia Mowry. Tia, we saw how you was treating Tamara. She was a whore. I would never want a sister like her. I would never want a sister like Tia Mowry. Me and her would be getting into it all the damn time, right? Because she's going to be trying to up her frequency by lowering mine, and I'm going to have to get busy with her ass every time. Like, we wouldn't get along too well if I had a sister like that. Anyways, you guys, and for those of you, they're like, why do you act like a man? It's like, I don't think I act like a man. It's like, I told you guys, my mom raised me with the grace of a woman, but I really do feel like she like raised me with the character of an Italian man. Like, for real. Like, I really do. So I feel like I talk fast. I talk with my hands. We had some Italians around us. So yeah, just blame those people. It was like this cultural fusion that probably shouldn't have never happened. But anyways, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. I am a biological woman. I've had 3 beautiful children. They are beautiful. My kids are going to be one of the beautiful people in society, but I'm trying to raise them to be good people and character, because beauty does fade. And so you do have to have a good character about you to sustain yourself around good people. So anyways, you guys have a wonderful day, and I will catch you on the next one. And yes, I wear weave. Yes, I do. I have to address all the little dumbass people, right? Because they just like they want to deflect from the conversation, to lodge insults, and it's like we know your ass is ugly in real life. We know that you're intimidated by the image that you see. So stop playing with the world and just let out your ugly. Find some better value, because remember we talked about those 5 social values, right? If you don't have beauty, you need to have brains. If you don't got brains, you need to be able to create something valuable to society, valuable to the market. If you can't create anything, you better be a good sportsman. You better have agility, right? Because those people are valuable in society. If you don't have those 4 things, you better have a dynamic character. That's where the comics, the salesmen, all of those folks come into society, because they can be ugly as hell, but they could probably sell a dirty diaper to a man wearing a white suit because they have a dynamic character. So some of you people are running on lower frequency, and your mission is that you need to bring other people down to your frequency, and that's not a good thing. You're just running on a lot of negativity, right? And the problem in this society is that people are not going to allow you to lower their frequency without a return. So if you are investing in being negative, your ROI is going to be negative, right? You are investing your emotions, your being into negative things, negative emotions, hate, right? So that's going to always be your return on your investment. So think about that. Mind your energy. Mind your energy, right? And don't put your shit on other people. If you're having a bad day, work that shit out before you start involving yourself with other people, but don't put your shit on other people. That's my advice for today, y'all. You have a wonderful day. Thanks for those who have tuned in this morning with me. This was impromptu. And I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.